Kevin Kim, and today I want to talk about accidents and life. So, did you guys have good morning? Actually, I didn't have good morning. On my way here, I dropped my T-Money card between the gaps of subway. So, I got an accident, and as a result, I can go back home now. Next, please. So, did you guys have ever underwent in accidents like this, or like this? It's quite terrible. Many people think that accidents are full of horrible moments and sorrowful moments, and it's true. But no. But I want to tell you about another point of view of seeing accidents. Maybe accidents are not that bad for us. Accidents are also our crucial experiences. So maybe we can change this to some benefit in our life. Next slide, please. So in my presentation, I want to share my two biggest accidents in my life. First thing happened when I was 8 years old. One day, 8-year-old boy was alone in his home, and his mother and dad was at their job. And suddenly he became thirsty. So he wanted to drink water. Next, please. He wanted to drink water, but there was no water. So he decided to drink some milk. Next slide, please. So he poured the milk on the stainless cup, and he wanted the milk hot, so he put it in the microwave.
Oh no.
And happily turning the timer to 2 minutes, he went back to his room, and as soon as he opened the room, he heard a big explosion in the kitchen. And he ran back into the kitchen, and next please. The whole kitchen was on fire, and I was really terrified. But fortunately, I saw in my elementary school just yesterday that some program about turning off the fire. So I took out the blanket and tried to cover, but it did not work well. But happily, I dragged some mattress and covered the fire, and I hardly overcame the fire. But I got this scar. Like this. And my another accident was when I was 3rd grade in the middle school. In middle school, I was the club leader of the Science Experiment Club. Next, please. And one day, I planned to make iodine bomb. It's a small bomb that it's very usual experiment that can be acted in middle school students. But however, by my mistake, I put iodine 1 gram instead of 1 milligram. So, as a result, I really made the bomb. Even a small touch of the bomb would have blown up the whole school. So I couldn't do anything but to call police. And I got really bad words from the police officers. And they sent the bomb disposal units, which are agents in the world. And they got all the protection, all the suits, and except me, all of the people evacuated from the school in noon. So I got all the blame I could get in a day, and fortunately they success to dispose the bomb, but this was a very shocking event for a teenager boy. So, as you heard my accidents, maybe now you can laugh, but whenever I think this memory, it reminds me of how foolishness of me and it's quite embarrassing to say something like this to other people. But it's not the all I got from these experiences. Yes, I got fear, and yes, I got shame, but also I got one more thing. Next, please. Oh, okay. This experience changed my attitude in my life. I got a big lesson from this accidents. Whenever I see my car, I think of the fire, and I become careful and think one more time of my demeanor. And thanks to my car, leaving my home, I always turn off the gas bell and always put off the cord of the electric devices. And also, this symbol this car may be a symbol of my shameful past, but also this car indicates my awareness and my carefulness for the potential accidents. And whenever I enter the laboratory, I think of the image of my bomb. And this makes me more responsible in my experiment. The bomb told me a lesson that even my small mistake can lead to a serious consequences. Next, please. So, what I want to say is that you don't have to be depressed in your lifetime's accidents. Yes, it could be sad and it could be horrible, but that's not all. We can find a lesson. Even the darkest one, it can be helpful for us, and we should not be depressed in unfortunate, unlucky situation, because we can find a lesson in it, and we can change it. If we change our attitude, then we can never repeat the same accident. So, let's think positively. When we get in trouble, then we can learn a lesson and apply it in our life. Thank you. Now this is time for discussion.